Hello everybody, welcome to Builder Bob Behind the Scenes. You know, some of the little deals that we don't always talk about are some of the most important aspects of what we do. For example, we use a lot of batteries for the cameras. We use the Canon G40 and the Canon XA35. And the nice thing about it, they both use the same battery, but because we use so many batteries, we have to have a charger that can take care of the volume of batteries we run. For example, this video is going to be talking about the Watson charger. This is the Watson dual charger. Now, the nice thing about this, it's got battery plates, about $2 a piece. You can replace these and put whatever kind of battery on there you need. We charge 3 different kinds of batteries with this. We've got the Watson batteries, which are probably my favorite, Canon battery, as well as that Wasabi battery is more of a placeholder than anything. Those batteries stink. But the Watson charger, this particular charger will charge all 3. B&H's website, give you an example. That's the charger. It's $80 from B&H. I think you can also get it probably on Amazon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, the things that are good about it. It's not perfect, but then again, you know, that's the way it is sometimes. What I like about this, I can charge 2 batteries at a time, but what's frustrating sometimes, I'm going to plug this in and power it up. I've already got power plugged in. Now when I charge 2 batteries, whatever brand I charge, the batteries don't always charge or behave the way I want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to another camera that I'm going to hold while I do this. Okay, here's a close-up of the charger. You can see what it says about capacity. I have a couple of Wasabi batteries on here, and what I've had to do on occasion, what I don't like, is sometimes I plug in a battery, and sometimes it'll show, sometimes it won't show. And I've had to remove a battery as many as 4 times and change it. Like I'll start with this slot on the right, and I may end up having to take that battery off and put it on the left side. Something else to remember is, as always, batteries charge better when they're cold. So if they're hot, let them sit and let them cool for a little while. Now these 2 batteries show 50% and 40%. So that's going to take a couple of hours if I leave them on and if they charge. I'll watch this and come back and check it 2 or 3 times. Also what I do is I label the batteries. I have them labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, but I know when the battery was put into service, and that gives me some idea of the life. Batteries last the longest, I guess, when you get them down to about 25% and charge them up. 25% is also a good place to be to when you store them if you don't use them very often. I use these at least once a week. And as far as the term you get out of these batteries, it just depends. The Watson lasts probably the best, but after about a year's use, they start falling off quickly. I had high hopes for the Canon battery, but the Canon batteries also fall off pretty quick. And the Wasabi batteries are probably the worst. Again, it's a placeholder if you just need something to keep the contacts clean and to help keep it tight in the case. But if you'll notice that both says 40 and 50%. Now, if I pull, say, one of these batteries off, I'm going to pull this right one off. Sometimes these little trays, these little holders that are about $2, it takes 2 hands, but if you hit this just right, you can pop that loose. It'll pop right back in. Now, I'm going to take a Canon battery and put on there and see what it shows. But I've had some batteries, specifically the Watson batteries, that I've had to pull them off and put them back on. Now these are all the high capacity batteries, and what I like about them is they're high capacity. What I don't like about them is they don't last as long as I'd like. I wish we had a battery plate. And that Canon battery is saying 85%. So 85%, 50%. When you get down to a battery that says it's got maybe 15 minutes left, it's getting ready to shut down. You've got more like 5 minutes left. Now see, that went up to 100% pretty quick. Battery hadn't been used lately. And the more it's used, the better it runs. So we'll put this other battery back on, which is a Wasabi. The Wasabi's okay, but they just don't last as long. But for the money, I think the Watson batteries are the best. And this is the Watson double charger. I've tried the single chargers that are quick chargers, and this is worth the money for $80. And I'm contemplating seriously about getting another one of these because we have so many batteries. For example, the G40s, a pair of batteries for rotation is fine, but when you're using the XA35s, I think it's better to have 3 batteries in rotation. Just something to think about. Okay, so that gives you some idea of the battery. So this is again about the Watson charger, and this is the Watson dual LCD charger for the BP800 series. I'm going to look at the Watson battery. This is the 828, and that's the battery I'd recommend for $60. That's the BP828. So you've got a high-end consumer camera and a low-end professional camera. They both use the same battery. And the only thing I don't like about this charger is that occasionally I have to pop the battery off and pop it back on, and sometimes I have to swap the slots. So hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching. This is Builder Bob Behind the Scenes, and we got some other interesting stuff I'm going to share with you, but I tried to do something about the charger as I read questions, people asking. And if you have any questions about some of the stuff we're doing or things we show, if we go too fast on something, please ask a question, and I'll put a link up on YouTube to these batteries and the chargers. Thanks for watching.